Check, check, mic check. Oh my god, that was crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whew. Okay. The suspense today. Unbelievable. Oh my god, who's got the pee pants? Does this song ever end? I don't know. I'm pushing the button. I'm going old school. I'm just pushing the button. Okay, seems like something is working. I don't know. OMG, getting that going today was a bit ridiculous. Sorry. Sorry to everyone in the whole entire world. Every single person that exists. My apologies to you. I don't know what. Something is going on with this video today. I don't know. Why is it weird? Why is it weird today? Let's see. With the huh, with the who, with the what, with the buttons. Is it right? Okay, yeah, there we go. I got a wicked tan. I don't know. I think it's right. I don't know. Okay, the chroma key's not on. Okay, I don't know. It just looks weird over on my monitoring side. On the side where it's monitoring, I'm like, it looks weird. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe the lights are down low or something. I don't know. I don't know. D-Rock with the suspense with the stream today. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what was going on. I had everything pulled up 10 minutes before the stream, ready to go, and then when I went to click to make it go and start and begin, it freaked out. I don't know. It crashed my video card. Crashed my video card, and then I don't know what was going on. It wouldn't initialize. I don't know. I just went through, cleared the cache, shut everything down manually, and then restarted the computer, updated the drivers, and now it's working. So did that fix it? I don't know. Did we fix it? Maybe not. I wish we had like a more effective zoom here. So everybody that follows along on Discord, posted a picture to the Discord yesterday. See this? I got myself a bit of a shiner. Got in a fight with a, I'm going to say granite. Maybe granite. Maybe basalt. Maybe, I don't know. Let me check. Serpentinized greenstone, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what kind of being it was, geologically speaking, but it flew right up and hit me right in the eyepiece. Was it basalt? I don't know. I think it was basalt, maybe. I'm just going to say it was. Who knows? I got in a fight with a rock, and the rock won because the rock seems unperturbed. Unperturbed. Unperturbed by my interaction with said rock. The rock continues to live on. Unscarred. Unscarred. And I'll heal in the next week. And no one will know it ever happened except for the photographic evidentiary evidence left on the Earth planet and the internet. As long as the series of tubes that Al Gore put together, there'll still be evidence around. By the way, I'm supposed to say this at the beginning of the stream. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Tell me Replay Team 6. I don't know. It's the beginning of the stream. I'm telling you about my eyepiece. My eyepiece got a dinger on it. WitchyCast is not quite a black eye, more like dad wounds. I've gotten many a black eye in my day, but considering my eyes are almost always really purple down here from never sleeping and just the way that my face looks, it's pretty rare that I have like a big shiner that really hangs on. Normally I just get the red down here. What the? Did you join the chat and you're like, what are you doing over there?
Is it too loud?
There's a goddamn ruckus. What's the ruckus?
I'll turn off the fan or mute myself. One moment.
I don't know what's going on, but there's a ruckus over there. These damn kids come into the chat with a ruckus in the background. I don't know what was happening. You're running a sawmill in the background or something? It's wild. Frank Dominguez fought a door yesterday and lost. Yes, I've encountered that situation myself too. Normally, it's hanging doors, putting doors in, and sometimes the doors have a tendency to defeat you. You know, so like I was saying, you're supposed to hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the buttons. You're supposed to become a patron. You're supposed to become a YouTube member. You're PayPal. I don't know, whatever you guys want to do. Do all that stuff, and I say it right here at the beginning, because if you guys want me to make more YouTube stuff, I have to pay my bills. That's just how it goes. That's just the way the world works. I don't know. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate the idea of money. I hate the existence of money. I hate that we work and we have to pay and we have to do all of this stuff, and it's fucking crazy, but it is what it is. We haven't figured out a better system yet. I'm hoping for a Star Trek replicator type world someday. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to do that. But then, of course, we'll be charged a bajillion for that, I'm sure. And then we'll all pee our pants, you know? We'll end up with the pee pants, you know? It is what it is. I like working. I love doing stuff. I just hate having to be fucking stressed out about money all the goddamn time. Anyhow, that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. Other than this last week was eventful, was filled with events, you guys. The events continue on. Whatever the events were, can I remember them? That really is the question. It's really a question about whether or not I can remember what the hell happened this last week. Realistically, I know that there was a kids' soccer practice and a kids' soccer game, and I had to do my charity work this last weekend. And dude, I gotta tell you, I'm almost verging on the point of having to figure something out for the charity work that I'm doing, because it seems to have turned into a permanent labor type situation with no end in sight, you know. To those of you that have been hanging around this old floppity-doo YouTube channel around here, I have an elderly neighbor who is, I don't know, 83 or something. I don't know. She tells me all the time, and I continue to forget. She's really old. She's not like recently retired. She's like been retired for like 20 years plus. She's a very nice lady, and she mends my pants when I get holes in them. Invariably, I I fall down to my knees a lot because I'm always doing work on my knees. If you guys know, if you catch my drift down at the docks, and I get holes in my pants, and then I can't get new customers. Anyhow, she mends my pants for me because she was a seamstress her whole life. Anyhow, she has a gigantic yard that she cannot maintain. She has fallen and couldn't get up, and is in and out of the hospital. Although she continues to live by herself because her husband passed away like 40 years ago or something. So she has a big giant yard and it gets overgrown, and she asked if I could help with her yard last year. And oh yeah, okay, I can go mow your yard. So I started mowing her yard and doing her landscaping and stuff for her, because it was the right thing to do for an old lady that needed help. These days, I have more information because I've lived here for 2 years now, as of, I don't know, a week ago or 2 weeks ago or something. I have a lot more information I'm working with now. And it is known that her family knows that her yard work needs to get done, and they don't want to do it. I don't know why. Probably because they just don't want to do stuff. I don't care to pontificate on the reality of, like, maybe they're going through the same situation we went through with our elderly people refusing to leave their home to go to a place that would be easier for them to maintain. I would guess that's the case, but I don't know for a fact. I've had elderly people in my family that would refuse to leave their home because they're like, "That's my home and I'm fine." And it's like, you tried to change a light bulb the other day, fell down and broke your hip and ended up in the hospital for 8 weeks with a broken hip, and then now you're back at home and no one's here. You're all by yourself. You know, it's not great. We went through that in my family with lots of family members as they got older. So I'm guessing it's probably that type of situation, which is why they're probably not super excited to come over and help. But she has great grandkids that are like 20 years old, so you figure a 20-year-old could come over and clean up her yard. Regardless of any of that nonsense, I had to go over there and mow the foot high thick stuff. You know what I'm talking about? And that took forever on Saturday. I had to fill up, you know those big giant green yard waste bins. I was like jumping on that to try and get more clippings in there. It's kind of one of those things where you start mowing and you go about 20 feet and the bag's full, and then you got to take the bag off and walk it over. Yeah, it was hours and hours of that on Saturday. That was very eventful. I know it's great content for the people, the people that are here. Oh my God, what is up with chat today? Is this chat box not working? Why isn't chat working? Hello? Hello, chat? Why is this not working?
The internet doesn't like you today.
Oh, I don't know. There's a bunch of shit that doesn't like me today. Why is this not working?
Maybe it feels abused. We haven't fucked with it during a stream in a while.
Well, I'm guessing, but I mean, normally you can like refresh it and it'll work. Mike's here saying check. Huh. What is it with the chat around here, this damn chat box? I'm going to remove it. Fuck it, we're removing it. We're going to add it. YouTube widget.
In the video, Alyssa, rather than the YouTube variant.
Why is it all gray? Oh shit, look at that. It's all tiny. Okay, it's working. We have to change. Hey guys, we have to change the settings. Welcome to the stream where we change settings on stream because it gets all fucked and then I gotta fix it. Chat box. Let's make it black as night. Or I guess, I mean, people could argue whether they want it to be a different color. Argue in the chat, folks. Fight in the chat for whatever color you want the chat box to be. Font size 31. That's too much. 28. You guys get 26. There you go. 26. There we go. What the hell? Now this thing is all changed over here. Okay, there we go. Oh man, we're getting back to it. So anyhow, with the neighbor's yard, it was like hours and hours of work. I didn't get half of the fish tank stuff I wanted to get done on Saturday because I had some time. I had some time where I didn't have to be a dad. Except for the dogs. And I was like, hey, you know? I was like, hey, I'm going to get a bunch of fish tank stuff done. And I just spent the whole time cleaning up my fucking neighbor's yard. And then it was like 10 o'clock at night. And I was like sweaty as all hell. And I was like, I'm just going to go. To be honest with you guys, I was like, I'm going to go watch some TV now. That's all I want to do. So I went and watched some TV, and I don't even remember what I watched. Oh, I watched the new Shane Gillis show, but I kept falling asleep. You know, I watched the new Shane Gillis show on Netflix. Was it funny? Yes. Was there funny parts? Yeah. Was it a weaved story? Yeah. It wasn't bad. I don't know. 6.5 out of 10. I feel like a lot of the jokes pretty predictable. That's the downside to it. A lot of predictable things going on in there. Okay, there we go. All right, well, chat's working again. I can read it at 31. You can't read it at 26? Witchy Cat, I need your help.
Yes, I can.
You can read. You can read it at
50-inch monitor. So.
Oh, you got big. You got a big. You got a big screen. Okay, how big? How big should chat be for Alyssa? Here we go. Should we go 50? Is 50 good?
Oh dear God.
50 like this. There we go. Nah, there we go. Okay, the important parts are on. The important parts are on screen now. There we go.
Yeah, when you make it that size, it just shrinks it on her phone. She's right.
Yeah, but you can see it now. You can see the chat, and
I could read it from outside now.
And you can see the fish tanks and the members and the patrons. There we go.
And your sleeve.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you see my elbow. It's an elbow stream, dude. We're out here for the elbow stream. Welcome to the elbow stream. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that reminds me of Technoblade. Technoblade did the elbow review at a million subscribers. He did the elbow reveal. Reveal. We're going to go 29. We're just going to go 29. We're in the happy medium. There we go. Okay. I mean, I don't know. You guys, if you guys are watching YouTube, you guys could just open the chat on your phone, and then you could start typing in there, and you could start super chatting super hard. You could just, you could do it. I've seen people do it. Yeah. Aubrey was asking, what plants do I have in that fish tank behind me? Pocostemon helferi, Cryptocrine wendetii, some sunset, some 3 types of rotala. What else is in there? Pinnatifida, 2 types of boos. What else is in there? Hygrophila, Siemens, 53B. What else? Yeah, I don't know. There's some other miscellaneous nonsense in there. I don't know. Just a bunch of plants. You guys know me. I'm gonna put a bunch of plants in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put a lot of plants. This is what's gonna happen. I have planting videos filmed of planting all of that stuff, and I'm waiting for them to grow in, and I periodically doing the record the video of it growing in thing and show you the before and after type situation, which should be starting. I should be starting to edit those soon because a lot of these plants have grown in since I planted them. Some of them haven't, but you know, we talked about that last week. We've talked about that every week for like a year now. I either need help somebody. I either need help with an editor. I need an editor, or I need a lot more patrons so I can have more time to edit content. But then people go, "Oh, I don't want to be a patron because you didn't edit content." And I'm like, "Fuck. All right, yes, it's a vicious cycle of you didn't edit the content and put out the video, so I don't want to be a patron." But I'm like, I have to earn money in order to feed my family, but I can't do that by editing if I don't get paid for the edited video. It's just weird. Yeah, it's a whole vicious cycle of nonsense. And
you need more time because the Unreal Joel does not sound enough like the real Joel to make it easy on someone assisting.
yeah, don't tell them about that. We may or may not be making an AI version of myself, which reminds me we should probably just re-record some stuff and see if we can improve. I don't know, on the AI version of me. Something just turned off. Oh, okay. Well, no, we're fine. Don't worry. The thing that turned off is supposed to turn off. I'm realizing because it's been 20 minutes. So, don't worry. Something turned off and it alarmed me. I was like, oh, from the earlier problems with the stream. And, like, well, you know. Hygrophila chai pink, please. What do you mean, Mike? Are you asking about it, or you want some? I don't have any. I don't have any, so I can't give you any. And I can't sell you anything. I don't know. There's companies out there. I would go to what's that? I would go to Flip Aquatics. I think they have it. I think Flip Aquatics has it, and I think. Let's see. Let's go look. Let's go look at. What's that?
Although I said I think that was in follow-up to Alyssa wanting chai, although that might have been a drink rather than a plant.
Oh. Let's see. Let's see what they got. They get a 10% off. 10% off your order if you sign up with the email, I guess. They don't have a search bar on here, do they? Oh, maybe they do, but let's look through their plants. Everything's on sale. You notice that? Everything's on sale. Interesting. They do have a search over here. They have salicifolia, blue, willow, araguaia. Araguaia is cool. That's a cool plant. I pin it to find it, but I don't. This doesn't look like the right picture. That's the right picture. Oh, maybe they don't. I thought they had it, but I guess they don't. I don't know. Maybe Boost Plant does, maybe.
The willow is pretty.
What's that, Rebecca? What?
Oh, I said the willow is pretty. Sorry. I'm suffering from. Oh, aquarium plant factory has it, he says.
Oh, they do? Nice. Okay, well, I'll check it out. Boost Plant has Cryptocrine Pink Flamingo. They've got that in, apparently. Oh, do they have a search? They have a search?
Oh, they have 15% off. It's dueling discounts.
Dueling discounts. Yeah, a lot of people have a discount nowadays. Well, either way, those are both out of stock. Aquarium Plants Factories. Okay. Well, you could... You already know where it is. Why am I looking it up? The fuck, man. What duty poops, man.
Without some Googling.
Oh, yeah, hit the like button. Oh, my God, it's so important. Okay, there we go. YouTube said to say to hit the like button. Tell your fans to hit the like button for a better experience while streaming. I don't know.
Somehow improve the okay, never mind.
I don't know. Don't I?
You do get slightly funnier.
It tells me that it will better your experience if I let YouTube insert commercials into the stream, which means every 8 minutes there'll be a commercial. Whether you're fucking YouTube, well, I guess if you're YouTube Premium, you don't get a commercial. But if you're a member on the channel, you'd still get a commercial. So I'm like, where am I incentivized to force people to watch commercials if you can't even like give a hall pass to the people that are supporting my channel? Like, what the fuck is that, dude?
Right.
It's crazy. The greed, man. The greed runneth over with the Alphabet Soup Factory, whatever. What are they called now? Alphabet?
Alphabet.
Is that what they're called?
Yep, it is. That is Google's parent company.
Yeah, Alphabet. Alphabet is the world's third largest technology company by revenue and one of the world's most valuable companies. It was created through a restructuring of Google on October 2, 2015, and it became the parent company of Google and several former Google subsidiaries. Subsidiaries? What's that?
If Alpha is third, what Meta is top, and what's after that?
I don't know. I didn't look that up.
Well, all right, fine.
Hold on. We'll look it up.
All right.
Top 3 tech companies in the world planet. World planet Earth, to be specific. They might accidentally give us a fucking wrong planet. You can barely hear Witchy Cat. Thank you guys for reminding me.
Is that better?
No, I turn you up. Don't turn you up.
I didn't turn me
Stop,
up.
sir, stop fucking with your volume.
I didn't turn up.
God damn it, woman! With the buttons pushing.
Get off my dick! I did not turn up the volume.
Yeah. All right, I got your volume.
Get funnier if I hit the like button.
Your volume's up. Your volume's more up now. I elevated your volume. We'll see what they say. The people. Those
elevated.
people. I put you at 115% of your power.
Uh-oh.
Largest tech companies by market cap. Here, we'll go top 10 just because we want to know. Micro Hoozles. Micro Whizzles. Nvidias.
Oh, all right.
Apples. And Alphabet. That's top 4.
On this list.
Yeah, that's because this is the real list.
They were
actually
bragging on there.
Actually, Nvidia has inflated itself in an insane market share as of late, which is just kind of a punch in the dick when you're like, damn it, I should have bought some Nvidia stock if I was a stock guy that buys stock, right? So Alphabet comes in fourth, a lowly fourth. Amazon's comes in at fifth. Meta Platforms at sixth. TSMC. What are we on? 7? Broadcom, Tesla, Tencent. I'm going to be honest with you when I say I don't know what the fuck Tencent is.
I don't know what TSMC is. I know Tesla.
Those are the microchip manufacturers out of Taiwan who are investing in the United States right now that we were talking about in on Discord chat earlier today. They're building a $40 billion manufacturing plant in Arizona, these United States in which I live. So all the dipshit Trump fans that are like, oh, Trump was good for business. How about Joseph Robinette Biden bringing in $40 billion plant into Arizona? How about that? And the fact that Donald Trump's big bullshit with the Apple guys with Foxconn was actually just a trick, and they never invested anything. Was that Michigan or Wisconsin? Wisconsin?
I believe
Foxconn, Wisconsin? Let's look it up. I think it was Wisconsin. Yep, Wisconsin, Foxconn since 2017. What's happening at the Foxconn plant? They built a big globe thing. They tore down a bunch of people's houses, and they built a road, and then they said, never mind.
Pink houses. For you and me, baby. Huh.
Yeah, they spent
Well,
They gave him $3 billion in incentives. Which is pretty much
all the Trumpies are going to say.
What?
They're going to say that Biden was only able to do this because of what Trump did. But none of the stuff, none of the bad things that are happening now are because of what Trump did.
Right.
Only the good things. Anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, anything that Biden does is because of Trump. Except for the 8 years that Biden was in office before Trump, setting up Trump for success. And then Trump just shot himself in the foot over and over again like a dipshit. Biden broke OPEC. The U.S. now acts as a cap for oil prices. Well, the United States, I don't know if anybody has been paying attention to this. The United States has been the leading oil producer of all time. We're producing more oil than any country ever has produced. So it would sort of make sense that we'd be taking the lead because we're just raping the planet, just full on, just, yeah, America, we got to just get them, you know. So, yeah, it would make sense that we'd be in the lead. Plus all of the collusion between the CEOs and OPEC was pretty interesting to come out last week. What you guys don't like the tax break for helicopter owners? No, yeah, actually that shit's insane, by the way. It's for travel, you know, it's a travel expense, right?
Yes, I'm just off to Teterboro after this live stream now.
Yeah. I'm just going to zip up to Friday Harbor and have myself some crab cakes on a half shell. And, yeah, it's a business meeting, you know?
I'll write it off. It's just a business expense.
It's a meeting about business. Right. I've been messing around making shorts. I feel like editing content down to less than a minute takes away the decision paralysis. Your ability to improve and entertain would fit that format well. Yeah, I mean, I can do shorts. I've done some shorts. And I definitely could improve on doing shorts. The only downside is that when you make shorts and you make short content, those are the fans that you get. The fans that you get are the people that want to watch TikTok, essentially, right? They want to scroll through. And boy, howdy, I don't hate short form content from the standpoint of like, I don't hate that people like it. I don't hate that people consume it. I don't hate any of that. I just am not interested in being a short like format content person, right? Like I ultimately want to make documentaries and stuff. And maybe to get to that point I have to start making shorts. I might be valid. If somebody was to say that, they might have a valid take that they'd be like, yeah, just you have to make shorts so you can get enough people so that you can fund your documentary thing. You might be right. But just from the standpoint of like, I don't know. Actually, Aubrey, I changed my mind. I'll just start making shorts. You're right. Like, you're correct. I'm not arguing. We're just going to do it. We're just going to fucking do it. Actually, realistically, the shorts is something that we're working on trying to automate from the existing content that I already have, just to be clear. I don't necessarily want to work on punching up short videos and spending all my time worrying about retention and like people reviewing the short. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen those where it's like a cyclical short where like the video starts over and you don't realize that the video has started over so that they could pad their views essentially. Yeah.
What cracked me up is if we're going to do a serial story in shorts. We're going to give you a story a minute at a time over the next week. And you're like, just film it all at once and be done.
Yeah, give me an 8-minute video. It's fine. I can listen to it. I can listen to it. I've definitely been listening to a lot of audiobooks lately. I've been working, trying to finish all these jobs, building stuff for people, and
Watching rocks.
I've been listening to a lot of books and going to Spain and getting COVID and doing all that stuff. So it's been pretty busy. I've definitely been listening to a lot of books. I've stepped away from listening to political stuff. I've just been listening to high fantasy shit with dragons and elves and fucking dwarves and, you know, battling orcs and shit. You know, just the general like, oh yeah, that's what's happening. Is that guy gonna stab that guy with a sword? I don't know, but sounds like it. You know.
Oh, he's gonna hit him with a club.
Yeah, big stick.
Mace.
Can you recommend any plant books to have as a reference? Yeah, let me see if I can find the book for you. The only one you ever need to buy, and it's not cheap.
It's the one I'm thinking of. It's out of print.
Do 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 do. I don't think it's out of print because she released it like 2 years ago.
No, it's not the one I'm thinking of. Okay.
3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. Let me see if I can find it.
What game shows? The doo-doo-doo. Trying to think of what game show that was. They're writing down their answers. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
What's that?
Oh, your little doo-doo-doo. There's a game show that.
Yeah, it's the Castleman. Christelle Castleman has the book of aquatic plants that she put out a couple years ago. She had it with her last time I talked to her. I don't know where I was. Germany, Netherlands, Europe. I don't know. I was in Europe somewhere, and she had it with her. It's like the ultimate encyclopedia, and I flipped through it. I didn't get a copy because it was a giant tome, and she only had one with her. So, yeah. But let me see if I can't find that book. this the right one? Yeah, apparently. Let me see. Hold on. Search Google. Where's the search Google? There it is. There's a button around here.
What you searching?
Where's the English edition? Is there an English edition? Igen Verlag. What?
But one would hope so.
See all formats and editions. Oh well, fart poop. They only have the German one here. Oh, here we go. These guys got it. FloridaAquatic.com. FloridaAquatic.com apparently has it, and they're not sponsored. I don't know those guys. So if you find it on Amazon, buy it through my affiliate link if you want. But I can't find it on there. But they have apparently Florida Aquatic Nurseries has it. The 4th edition. Please click here to purchase. Okay. Apparently they have it and you have to complete a form. I don't know. It's $80 and $15 for shipping. The new one. It's got over 750 identified plants in it. And that's going to be enough for anybody, realistically. Got to check out the Leviathan Chronicles podcast. What is that? Podcart. What is this? All right, I'm going to go look at the Leviathan Chronicles Podcart. The Leviathan Chronicles is a revolutionary science fiction audio drama podcast featuring the voices of over 60 actors, professional sound effects, and original music soundtrack. All right, maybe is it good? Does it cost $1 million? How do we listen? Yeah, but what are these books though? Are these books?
Looks like you're not having your water glass. Damn it! It's no problem. I have a napkin.
From book?
There's a lot of cussing. There's a lot of
Cousin.
cussing in there.
My kind of podcast.
Epic podcast with a brilliant plot, great narration, an amazing cast, an audio drama rather than a mere audio book indeed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's worth listening to. This looks like... Well, it looks like the latest one. Season 3? When's the most recent one? In 2020? I think it looks like they stopped doing it.
They were doing it.
Looks like they stopped doing it around 2020. Maybe they all got the Rona. Is there new ones? No, it looks like they stopped June 15th, 2020 was the last one. Oh, man.
Well, did that end it? Or was it a cliffhanger that we've been waiting 4 years for?
I don't know.
We'll just have to listen to find out.
Or maybe they just stopped at 50 or something. Are they gonna keep doing it? Let's see if they're gonna keep doing it.
Oh, there goes the lights. Good night, fishies. Season 4?
Oh, in 4 days we'll be releasing the final chapter. Oh. So I guess they've been
Well, that's
recording.
timely.
They've been recording them, and then I guess season 4 is the final, and it's coming out 4 days from now. So I guess that is timely. It looks like it has robots and castles and stuff, and then mech warriors, mechanized suits for shooting rockets and bullets at each other. You know, sometimes you got to get into your mech and shoot at somebody.
Shoot at your dragon.
You know, D-Rock, I'm not a huge fan of the zombies anymore. You know what I mean? Oh, the lights turned off. Oh my God!
They did. I notice you're still living with quite a lot of wood. Of the flat variety rather than the aquascaping variety.
Oh, I've got cabinets on cabinets on cabinets. They're stacked up over there.
My goodness.
Back behind it over there, off camera. Well, you can see some of them.
You can see the tops.
See the tops, how big they are. Yeah, I've been building all these pantry cabinets and stuff, and I'm waiting on wood to finish building the doors for it. Because the wood is not here yet, and they assure me it's coming, but we'll see. Guppy Girl's catching up on the stream, 2x speed. Yeah, actually, one of the issues I have, I don't normally like check in on anybody's stream when it's live, is because whenever I listen to stuff on YouTube or whatever, it's all on 2x speed, which, by the way, drives Vicky insane. She's like, "How the fuck do you listen to this?" And I'm like, "Because I'm an adult and my brain works hella good." And I just listen to stuff fast, and I got time. I got time for no pregnant pause. You know what I'm saying? I know Wallstad released a new edition last year. I didn't know that. If Wallstad put out a new book, I know that she's put out stuff periodically throughout the year. I definitely recommend the Wallstad Method book to people whenever someone asks. Whenever somebody asks, I always recommend that book. I feel like, yeah, The Ecology of the Planet Aquarium is the book I recommend to everybody. It's $30 right now, currently. And if you go through my Amazon link, I get a commission, motherfucker. Yeah. You'll get a commission. I'll get a commission. You'll get the thing you ordered. It's a win-win. The only one that loses is the planet, because we're destroying the planet every moment that passes. But we win. We both win. You can get the hardcover if you want. That's more expensive. You could get the Kindle book, which I don't recommend, because your moist Kindle by your aquariums is probably not a great idea. I say with heavy emphasis on moist, you know. When I say moist Kindle, you know, it's heavy emphasis on that. But that's really the only book that you need, in my opinion. As far as a freshwater fish keeper, you can do a Planet Aquarium. This really has all of the stuff that you need to know in it.
Don't be intimidated by the sciencey stuff.
Oh, she walks you through it step by step. If I had my copy here, I would show it to you. She walks you through step by step how things work, how they relate with each other, and if you read it a few times and you work your way through it a few times and take some notes, you'll generally know anything you need to know. And then as far as like plant ID, I feel personally like you can do most of that, you know, with online resources, forums, and other avenues. Hello, here I am live from the office. Me too, Joel. That's two Joels. That's two Joels flipping the bird live in an office. This is my office. My office is much more enjoyable than Joel's office over in New Zealand because he's doing accounting and TPS report, cover sheet memos to people. He's doing a lot of TPS cover report type shenanigans because that's what he does.
With the stapler.
To circle back on the zombies thing, I'm not a huge fan of the zombie genre right now. I think until somebody did something, it's got to be over the top. Whatever it is, whatever somebody comes up with, it's got to be over the top. I have high hopes for 28 Years Later. That's supposed to come out this summer, because 28 Days Later was an amazing. They did an amazing job with 28 Days Later. Was it 28? Was it 28 weeks later, or 28 months later, or something? Was the second one? This one is 28 years later. Both of those are. Let's see, 28 days later. And you know it's groundbreaking because like everyone was trying to copy it after that, right? So it was 28 days later, and then the next one was the other one 28 weeks later? The next one?
So.
28 months later? Or?
I thought it was weeks, but I didn't see the second one.
Yeah, 28 weeks later. Okay, cool. I was like 28, because if you kind of think about it, 28 months later, still interesting because that's like, you know, it's like 2 years later, basically, 2.5 years. Interesting, right? But I think the new one that's coming out is 28 years later. And I think it's mainly because 28 Days Later came out in 2020 or 2002.
People
And-
support. Oh, sorry. What?
So I think if you just age them up a little bit, you could be like 28 years later because it's been 22 years since the first one. So, and it admittedly was the start of what is it? How do you say his name? Cillian Murphy? Is that right?
Yes.
I think that's how you say his name, right?
The Peaky Blinders and
Yeah.
other wonderful things. Yes.
Let's check. We're checking. Are we ready?
Cillian
We are.
Murphy.
What?
Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, it's Killian, but it's just with a C, so it's confusing.
Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy.
Can you guys hear that?
Cillian Murphy.
What?
Can-
Did you have a cow?
Cillian Murphy.
Hello?
Cillian Murphy.
Anyhow, that was the start of the illustrious Cillian Murphy's career, I believe. I think that was his first movie, and that was a breakout performance, I have to admit. And I do have to say, the first time I saw that film, I was quite amazed by them doing something so kind of dramatically different in the film genre. Now, I don't know if when did The Walking Dead come out?
2011, 2012, right in there.
Well, I was wondering about the comic book versus the show, because I was thinking that the show came out. Yeah, 2010 was the show, and so when was the comic? I guess we need another new tab for the comic. The Walking Dead comic. First issue. 2003. So there we go. So we know that 28 Days Later preceded the Walking Dead comic books even. So yeah, I would say that 28 Days Later probably completely influenced the Walking Dead, the comic books that eventually became the show. So it's like, if I was to get into a zombie something, it would have to be sort of groundbreaking, like the 28 Days Later just sort of sent that whole genre that we've been through for the last 20 years, right? They kicked it off, and they kicked off the other innovators, right? Or at least heavily influenced them, right?
Right.
Chirish.
Weren't zombies?
Chirish is here.
fast in-
Oh my God, guys, Chirish is back. What's up?
Hi, Chirish.
Where you been? It's ridiculous. I saw a great movie called Predestination. It's based on some Ray Bradbury. If you watch it, don't read any synopsis. Just go in fresh. Well, if it's based on Ray Bradbury, I've probably read it. at some point in time. Let's see, Predestination. I'm trying to think if I've seen this.
Aubrey, weren't zombies fast in World War Z?
Oh yeah, this is with Ethan Hawke, and yes, came out in 2014. There rarely is there an Ethan Hawke movie that I won't see. I don't know that I like Ethan Hawke, but I don't dislike Ethan Hawke, if that makes sense. And I watched he was in the Magnificent Seven. I watched that the other day. Well, I didn't really watch it. I kind of listened to it on YouTube. And I realized that, like, Ethan Hawke always plays Ethan Hawke, basically. He's sort of a... he's sort of one of those... I wouldn't say, like, typecast, but he's like an actor who plays himself.
Right.
And so if you don't... If you don't hate that, you're probably going to like the movie that he's in. And I've liked a lot of weird movies that he's been in because they're weird. And I guess he sort of has that, like... I have enough money and people come to me to be in a thing type situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm an established actor and people bring projects to me and I get to pick weird ones that I want to be in, sort of situation.
Which is funny because you don't really think of him as an A-lister the way you do some of the more famous ones to come to that, and yet it's definitely the case. I just still always see him in singles.
Yeah. Why is this not live? There we go. We'll make this live. Okay, there we go. God. Did you guys subscribe and hit the like button? Because the like button is very important. Oh, my God. Like button. Meow, meow. Like button, meow. Like button, meow. Did anybody order anything interesting this month? Nope. Aquarium lights and other miscellaneous things. What was the other thing I was going to talk about today? I forget.
It says staying sober.
Yeah, man, you got to do that, dude. What is this? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. We're getting emails today about some bullshit that is not good. And I got distracted by it. And policy documents for my insurance. Oh, great. Policy documents for my insurance.
Speaking of emails that aren't good.
Are you licensed and bonded and insured? Yes. Got to have insurance, Otherwise, you could slip and fall and bump yourself right in your dong, and then and you get hit right in the eyepiece with a rock. Good point. Solid point. You could just get dinged right in the eyepiece like I did. They made zombies meth addicts in World War Z. It's a valid point. Valid point.
Aubrey was asking about fast zombies, and that was the only movie I could think of where they were fast was World War Z.
Well, 28 days later, they were fast.
That's true.
Yeah, because they were crazed with the rage. Yeah, there's the sort of... there's the two... I mean, there's really sort of the two-headed coin for the zombie genre, right? It's like the slow, never-ending, relentless wave of a mass of zombies headed towards you, or the screeching fast ones. And then I Am Legend, where they're like mutated. So I guess it's 3, but those are also fast zombies as opposed to the slow zombies. They can almost all be categorized in fast or slow. Although I hear that they're doing a follow-up to I Am Legend. Somebody sent me a thing. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan is in it. Michael B. Jordan and William Smythe. They're going to start filming I Am Legend 2 as of a week ago. Michael B. Jordan is ready for the filming of the sequel for I Am Legend 2. So we got a long wait. We got a long wait ahead of us. for I Am Legend 2 to come out, but apparently they're going to make it. And hopefully it's good. It's really kind of a toss-up at this point. Whether they could handle making a sequel and have it just not be a freaking mess, you know, a freaking disaster.
That'll be fun.
Being able to choose a good script is a skill a lot of actors don't have. I think one of the bigger issues is that a lot of actors have a similar situation that I do, where it's like, I'm not starving to death, I'm not dying, and I have work, but it's not like you just starred in. Oh damn! What was that? Will Smith movie, like Independence Day, right? I didn't just star in Independence Day and have like a 2% share in the stake or something, you know, and go like, well, I've got $200 million in the bank. I guess I don't need to go do Men in Black, but maybe it'll be fun, you know. Most actors are in that situation, and I can say this from the people that I do know that are professional actors. It's a real feast and famine. You know, sometimes you're a background person, sometimes you're singing in something, sometimes you're dancing in something, and you're not even really a dancer, but you kind of know how. And you get the gig, but then you end up you go do the gig because you're like, I need to make money. So there's a lot of that. What's that?
I was going to say, this is why Jason Momoa is both Draco and in a T-Mobile commercial.
Well, yeah, I mean, he plays Jason Momoa, and I can say that because I've met him before. He literally,
that was what made me think of it.
He's literally playing himself. Like that's just the guy. That's who he is. Very nice dude, lovely guy. It would be more interesting to meet him now than when I did meet him like 20 years ago or however long ago that was. I don't know. Because well, he's more famouser now, but I didn't realize that he was into marine biology to the extent that he was. So if I did meet Jason again, A, he probably wouldn't remember me, which is fine. B, he would remember my friend who I met him through, who has since died. So that would be a little awkward. C, I would probably pitch him on trying to do some kind of, hey, let's go do a documentary about some fish or water or whatever, you know.
There you go.
And he'd probably be like, hell yeah, brother, let's go do that, you know. And then I'd be like, wait, how are we going to pay for it? And he'd be like, it's fine, you figure it out, you know. And I'd be like, oh, fuck.
God damn it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Didn't you work with Nature to do National Geo for Shark Week? Can't you get them to do it for us?
Yeah, can you get them to get the money and book the tickets and stuff? No? Okay, shit. All right, we got to figure out some stuff, guys. We got to sell some heroin. I don't know what we got to do, but we're going to do it, you know.
Sell Jason Momoa down on the docks. That should pay for things quickly.
Well, I'm sure if I posted some selfies and shit like that of us together and being like, hey, there's a GoFundMe here. I got to figure out how to pay to go do this thing with Jason Momoa, and I don't have any money. You know, I'm sure people would be like, wait, what? You know. I'm trying to think of the scariest movie I've seen, but all I can really think is that the TV show Unsolved Mysteries is the scariest thing I've seen. I like the one with what's his name? Nathan Frakes. Wait, what's that guy's name?
Yeah, number one.
Yeah, number one. Number one from Star Trek. Its name is Nathan Frakes, right? Jonathan Frakes. Okay, Jonathan Frakes played William T. Riker, a.k.a. number one. And he had a show. What was that show? Was it Unsolved Mysteries or was it something else?
Remember.
What was his shows? Ah, crap. I got onto Star Trek Wiki.
Now you're never going to escape.
Jonathan Frakes. Here we go. And then where's this IMDb? Here we go. Okay. Excuse me. What was that show called? I I can't remember what that show was called. We got to go way back in the Wayback Machine.
The music that was driving me nuts earlier was People's Court, not
What's that?
a game show.
The what?
When you were doing the do-do-do, while you were giving some pause music, it set off my musical Tourette's, and it was driving me nuts. What show that was from, and that's what they
Do
play
do
when they
do do
that's what they play when
do
they
do
introduce
do.
people on People Court.
Yeah, yeah. The
It
suspense.
was pissing me off.
The suspense. We're full of suspense around here. I can't find the fucking show, dude. I don't know what the show was, but he was on a show where he would talk about, I don't know, like unsolved mysteries or something. Was it Unsolved Mysteries? He's been in a bunch of whack stuff that's hard to figure out, look through here. I mean, yeah, he was in Star Trek. Like, that one's easy to find, but he did like a bunch of episodes. Why? He did, he did one.
Belief.
Oh, Beyond Belief, dude. Fucking Aubrey, man, this guy. Aubrey's like,
Oh, did Aubrey come up with it?
Aubrey's like the smartest motherfucker, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh, but I was Googling it at the same time. I didn't see. Good job, Aubrey.
And fucking Obs, dude. He's on it. He's on it.
Man. Damn.
Oh, by the way, the Findig is coming up in a couple weekends. I'll be there in Sacramento. If anybody's wanting to hang out in Sacramento at a fish thing with yours truly, I'm not doing a speaking engagement or anything like that. I'm just going. Somebody said, hey, you should go. And then I mentioned it to Vicky, and she just bought tickets. So we're going. It was a while ago, and she bought non-refundable plane tickets. So it was like, well, we better fucking go now. Did you see LeVar Burton did a Reading Rainbow documentary? A new Reading Rainbow? Reading Rainbow doc. Watch Butterfly in the Sky, the story of Reading Rainbow. I'm telling you, man, that fucking Reading Rainbow was the jam, dude. Oh, it's on Netflix now, so I could just watch that if I wanted to. Because we have Netflix here, dude. This documentary celebrates Reading Rainbow from its origins to the impact of a host, LeVar Burton, and how this TV series inspired kids to love books. I don't know if the TV series inspired me to love books. I don't think that's the case. The TV show inspired me to know butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow. You know that song? It inspired me to know that song for the rest of my life, dude. I'm going to have Alzheimer's, and I'm going to be wandering around the old folks' home, and I'll randomly sing that song, I'm sure.
That was me with Electric Company. The show that launched Morgan Freeman and Spider-Man and Maria Conchita Alonso. And yeah.
Yeah, I can say LeVar Burton, just amazing dude. And if it did inspire kids to read and stuff like that, then that was the goal, and it worked, and that's amazing. I was just saying, I don't know that it ever influenced me to specifically start reading books. I've always just liked reading stuff or whatever, you know? I've
came after it, Between the Ferns.
not only am I ruggedly handsome, I'm also curious.
And so humble.
And so humble. Yes.
Yeah. So humble.
I watched that show just because Riker was in it. Yeah, I mean, I think that show, I don't know that I ever actually watched Beyond Belief, but it would just pop on. Like, I don't know, back in the day, you'd have the TV, it was just on a channel, right? And it kind of just would be over there, and then you'd watch something, and then some other weird thing would come on, and it'd just be on. We're Alive has them all fast, slow, smart. There's even zombies that were people who had cancer and kept growing, so they're like a wrecking ball zombies. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, like I understand that like that's an extrapolation of the fast zombies, the slow zombies, and the smart zombies versus the dumb zombies, that whole situation. I don't feel like that's an innovation that's like, wow, check it out, this whole new thing to the genre. Whereas I feel like 28 Days Later was fundamentally like went through a bunch of things that completely changed the scope and vision of like the post-apocalyptic zombie world, right? Even from the standpoint of like the main character gets the shakes and headaches and stuff because all they've been eating is like candy, because it's the only thing that like people can get a hold of. And he gets scolded by one of the other characters that was like, why didn't you tell me you had a headache and stuff? It's because we're eating all this candy. You need to eat a bunch of Tylenol and stuff to offset it or whatever, right? But he didn't even know that because he's like been in a coma this whole time or whatever and woke up in the hospital, right? There's just so much to it. Like the fact that he wakes up and wanders out into an empty apocalyptic space, right? Because he was in the hospital. I guess was the context he was like getting a surgery or something, or like he had gotten a surgery and then was in there. I don't know. I forget exactly. But yeah, like 28 Days Later was great because it brought a lot of, yeah, I mean, it just really was like, here's the genre and we have such a good idea that it's going to change the whole genre and everything, which launched, like I said, it launched this 20-year arc of zombie stuff. And all of the, by the way, like all of our entertainment media works that way. It's like, what is it? Sharks, aliens, zombies. What's that?
Vampires.
Like vampires,
Twilight.
giant insects, right? Like it goes through these periods of time where like there's going to be a ton of saturation of this content, and then it'll switch to something else, right? For a period of time. Natural disasters, right? You remember how many like natural disaster movies there were after Twister came out, and then now they're re-releasing Twister.
Volcano.
Fucking so stupid.
Earthquake. And then the apocalypse movies.
Yeah. And it's like
2012.
the volcano's gonna get me. And it's like, dude, the volcano's not out to get you. Just fucking leave, bro. Like, get clear. Get out of here. But the volcano is trying to get people.
Go to a Bond movie, not this shitty movie. God damn it, Pierce.
Oh, the Bond movies, they're so bad.
I know, but still. It was
Mike
better
says
than Volcano.
Mike says a lot of movies now are remakes that we don't need. I generally have that same opinion. Not to say that I'm like super educated or the actual guy to like give you the lowdown, but my understanding is this: the budgets are so big now, and they're financed by banks as opposed to financed by artists, that the banks require some kind of assurance, like a built-in audience, right? In order to invest, $120 or $200 million into doing a project, right? Of like why the comic book movies got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger is because they were like, oh, we're tapping into an audience that already exists, right? There's an assurance there of everybody likes Spider-Man or whatever, right? And there's a big audience for Spider-Man. So if we spend $250 million making a Spider-Man movie, we'll probably make $1 billion off of it. Production, advertising, blah, 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 whatever. At the end of it, they go like, oh, wow, we made $220 million or something, right? Oh, it's a perfect thing to invest in because there's a built-in audience. And most of the things nowadays don't get made without those assurances because it takes so much money to produce the big movies now.
Mind the reboot so much, except they take like bad 70s and 80s series and then put like TV series, and then they'll put a bad comedic spin on it and release it And it's like, ugh.
Well, no, it's because of the built-in audience factor. That's why.
I
It's the
know.
finance guys. It's
But it could be done and still not be a comedy, like, or yeah.
well, yeah, understandably, like people have bad visions for things. Yes, I get that, but that has less to do. That has more to do with the follow through as opposed to like getting up to plate, getting up to
Right.
bat, right?
Agreed.
Like you have a piss poor follow through on your swing, you pop up, and that's the end of the game, right? It's like bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, 2 men on base, and you have a shitty follow through. You know, you pop up, they catch it. That's the 3rd out. That's the end of the game, and no one
Everyone hates you for the rest of your
yeah,
life.
and like, oh, that guy sucks, right? But that's not the getting up to bat. Like the finance guys are essentially getting them up to bat, right?
Right.
And they're not going to like grant the financing without like some kind of built-in audience that they can have like a metric for it, right? It's like The Walking Dead is a perfect example of that. Like AMC bought the rights to a comic book series. The Walking Dead originally was only 6 episodes. If you guys go back and watch the first
Yep, it was a mini series.
the first season wasn't even first season. It was a special 6-episode mini series, period. End of story. That's all that they had made. That's all that they were planning on making. Those 6 episodes were such a big hit. The finance guys go, hey, here's my wallet. How much do you need to make season 2? Right? And they went, fucking blah, 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 blah. I don't know how much they said. And they went, that's cool. Here's the check. Go make it. Right? And so, you know, even making that little miniseries was like a big, it's a big jump for the finance guys, because they go like, well, it's just a comic book series. That's not a very big audience, but they go like, but it's zombies and shit. And everybody likes zombies, right? So they have these meetings where they go to the finance guys and they can show this is popular blah. This is popular blah, right? And then they go like, we expect people are going to watch it or whatever, right? And then the finance guys, they go, okay, well, we think this amount of money. If you can make it for that, then let's do that. And one of the big issues is like right now there is a ton of tiny productions out there. There's a ton of tiny productions, people making movies for $80,000, $20,000, whatever. YouTube people making movies on a $0 budget, right? Which is amazing. That's great. And there are a ton of $200 million movies being made. $1 billion Lord of the Rings, whatever the fuck that show is, on Amazon. There's also the Wheel of Time series on Amazon, which I have gone into at length of how shitty that adaptation is, of a fantasy series that I hold dearly, that I love so much. There's a lot of those $200 million, $300 million, $1 billion. There's a ton of those productions happening. There's nothing happening in the, $10 million to $40 million budgets. There's no, if you guys remember, a movie called High Fidelity with John Cusack?
Yes, indeed.
Budget. I want to see what the
Black.
Yeah, Jack Black's in it. I want to see what the budget was. That.
Such a good film.
Yeah.
Alphabetical or chronological?
Yeah, chronological.
No, like breakup.
Autobiographical.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you think so this movie had a $30 million budget, right? It made $50 million, so it probably made a little bit of money. The box office was $50 million, and then plus whatever after that. Had Jack Black in it, had John Cusack, who else? Todd Luiso, who you guys would recognize if you saw him. Lisa Bonet is in it. Joan Cusack. Tim Robbins is in it.
Tim Robbins.
Oh, that's right.
Awesome.
Bruce Springsteen does a cameo. But this, I'm not saying that this launched Jack Black's career per se, But this movie sort of solidified that Jack Black could be a crazy guy, like just a wild dude, a funny guy, and
It got him School of Rock.
in a film, right? He had been in other stuff, but this really solidified that like he could be an actor in a film that was playing essentially like his own personality, without having to play the shitty computer guy, right, or whatever. He literally played a version of himself, essentially. It is a wonderful movie. The book is admittedly a little bit better than the film itself, but I love this movie. It's a fantastic movie, and like I said, a $30 million. Right here it says the production budget was $20 million. I don't know, somewhere in there. But this is a perfect example of like films that don't get made anymore, right? You just don't see these coming out at all anymore. And that's really what, in my opinion, that's what's really, really, really hurting.
So would you say that television,
Entertainment.
small screen, is picking up some of that slack with the streaming format?
Not necessarily. Like Netflix kind of is, Amazon kind of is, Paramount, AMC, like all these middling groups are doing like streaming content, but that's not the movie content. Like there's a fundamental difference between like watching something at your house and going to a movie to go see something at the theater. And what's happening is that people's attitudes are fundamentally changing because all of these middling movies aren't getting made anymore. Yeah, some of it is being picked up by streaming and some of it does exist there. But like when High Fidelity came out, you had to go to the theater to go see it. And there literally is no explosions in that movie. There's no special effects.
No epic battle.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's just a drama about two people getting together and not being together and then getting back together and what happens over a period of time where a guy starts to realize that like this is essentially what life is, right? And that's all that happens. Venom doesn't come out and take over his body. He doesn't get he doesn't get an earworm from space that makes him do. None of that stuff happens. There's literally no special effects or anything like that. It's literally the story, the music, the soundtrack, the acting in it. That's it.
What?
And nowadays I don't think people would be of the opinion that like we should go see that film, right? It's like, oh, you know what this should be? This should be a 12 episode stream thing that I watch one time and that's it, because that story ends. It ends and the ending is the end, right? There is no season 2. There is no more of that. There is no more. It's like, here's a 2-hour movie. All of this stuff happens. You go through the emotional roller coaster. What's that?
It's an antidote from a life. It's
Yeah.
just a snapshot. And that.
Yeah, and so that's essentially the reality, that like none of those middling movies are getting made anymore. And to your point, which it does make sense, that like there are some streaming things like that happening, but if it's a streaming thing that's happening, they are already going, well, what's season 2? We need season 2 written, right? We need a solid outline for season 2 if season 1 is good. Right.
They're not finding the value in the one-offs.
Well, it's not. I don't know that it's not. Yeah. I mean, maybe they're not finding the value, but I think it has more to do with like the investors aren't ponying up to do the one-off thing. Right. Because a lot of it does come down to, well, what's the merch? What's the other show about the show? What's the this? What's the that? What are we going to have for TikTok shorts? What are we going to have for YouTube content? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot really boiling down to like the financiers, really, more than anything. And they're not the people that are creating the content. They're just the ones that are crunching the numbers, right?
Right.
There is a movie coming out this summer. Hold on. Movie. Let me see if I can't figure out who it was. There is a big budget film coming out this summer. I don't know if I can find it because I can't remember. I can't remember who the. I can't remember who is the director on it, but there is like a $200 million. There's like a $200 million self-produced film coming out this summer that was self-produced, and I can't remember the director. Shit. Let me see.
You do that. I think another one of the things that I hate with the loss of these mid-range movies is where we get to see really great actors take on parts that stretch them. I'll use Robert Downey Jr. as an example. Yes, he's wonderful as Iron Man. Everyone loves him. The whole blah, 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 blah.
Hey, you want to know what's funny about that?
Go ahead.
Apparently, there was an interview recently with Robert Downey Jr. What's that?
The one where he says he's talking about doing another one?
Yeah, he's going to do another Iron Man.
Yeah. Because he needs a paycheck.
Yeah, probably.
But, I mean, he's such a good actor in other things. You know, he gets cast in these Sherlock / Iron Man, the god-awful Dr. Dolittle. Those kind of things when he's, you know? So, that I think is another huge loss that we see with this financiers versus auteurs driving the, get me with my big words.
Damn it, man. I'm not finding it. And we're going to forget about it before next week. But there is a big... Okay, hold on. See if I can find it.
So it's out this summer?
Yeah, it comes out this year. I can't remember who... Any recommended chiller for a tank with Madagascar lace plant? A chiller? Gary, I don't know why you need a chiller for a Madagascar lace plant. They're at like 72 to 80 degrees is fine for them, so I don't know why you would need to cool it. Damn, I don't know.
Shyamalan movies?
Hold on.
Or Trap? Because there's Trap and Watchers. It ends with us.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's some. See if I can't figure out what director it is. Damn, Ridley Scott's the 9th ranked director. Oh, I didn't realize that. It's Christopher Nolan, J.J. Abrams, Tim Burton, Ron Howard. Yeah. I don't know. I can't figure out who it is, but I know that there's like a famous director. I can't remember who it is now. A famous director is spending. Is it Francis Ford Coppola, maybe? It might be.
Right. Sorry, I haven't looked at it lately.
Yeah, it's Francis Ford Coppola, Megalopolis. There it is. Finally figured it out. I finally found something that had the film. Okay, so Megalopolis is the film. He spent like $150 million, $200 million to make this film. It's all his money. Nobody has put any money into it. He had every single decision made on this film, whether you like it or not. He said, fuck it, that's what I'm making. I heard a couple of reviews of people that have seen the early screeners and stuff like that, and they're saying that like you're gonna love this or you're gonna hate it or whatever. Like you are going to
No midpoint.
you're gonna have a thing. So it's got Adam Driver in it. How does it have Rotten Tomatoes already? Is it out? Oh, the initial release. It already has come out like 2 weeks ago. Rotten Tomatoes, 50%. IMDb, 6.9. Okay. That's not great. So it's got Adam Driver in it. I can't play the audio for you guys. So apparently this already came out. I didn't realize it came out. I thought it was going to come out in the summer. But apparently the entirety of this movie, win, lose, or whatever, like
Scorsese.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Coppola, sorry. Excuse me.
He made all of it, and it's literally like, I'm making this because this is what I wanted to make, and that's it. Whether I lose all the money or not, he said he doesn't care. It's sort of like this, end of life. I'm making this thing before I die, kind of thing. Yeah, who's in it? The film is set to feature an ensemble like Adam Driver, Jason Schwartzman, Aubrey Plaza, Natalie Emmanuel, Shia LaBeouf, John Voight, Lawrence Fishburne, and many more.
A weird casting. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. It looks like it didn't get a lot of good reviews. I mean, it only got like a 5, 50%.
Has anybody seen Furiosa yet?
I don't think anybody went to go see Furiosa.
Got great Rotten Tomatoes, actually. 90%.
90% on Rotten Tomatoes. 7.9 on IMDb. I heard it was a financial disaster. It was the last that I heard.
Mel starts chewing the curtains.
Yeah, it hasn't even played in theaters for 3 full weeks yet, but Warner Brothers' Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, already appears to be nearing the end of its disappointing run. The movie dropped out of the top 5 at the domestic box office this weekend, where it was overtaken not only by the family-friendly If, but also the holdover hit Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, no.
but the writing was on the wall, and the film's opening weekend itself, when it debuted, to worryingly low numbers after what seemed to be like incredibly positive online buzz following its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. Furiosa has only grossed $58 million domestically so far, another $85 million from overseas markets for a cumulative global haul of $144 million. It's easily one of the biggest underperformers of the year after Universal's The Fall Guy. Directed by George Miller, Furiosa grossed $26 million in its first weekend at the domestic box office and fell by a hefty 59% in weekend 2. In the third weekend, when most films find their footing, Furiosa had an even harsher fall of 61%, losing around 900 theaters. At this rate, the movie will wrap its run with around $70 million domestically if it's lucky. All this against a reported budget as high as $170 million. So you probably won't see another Mad Max movie. Probably not.
Not so much.
That will likely be the end. The thing is, like, from what I heard from a lot of people, agree or disagree with their opinion or not, a lot of people were just, like, not interested in the story, right?
Right. Without Max, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's like, if you don't have Mad Max in a Mad Max movie, why are people motivated to go? I don't know. And I don't know that, like, so, like, this isn't, so, like, it has some of the characters from the last movie, right? Apparently?
It picks up several years after.
So,
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road was the other one, right? With Hardy and Charlize Theron, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who did Charlize Theron play, right? Or did she die at the end? I don't remember.
I thought she died or went off, actually.
So Tom Hardy was supposed to be a young Max or something. I don't Okay. I love the first Mad Max movies, all right? Like, I've watched them a million times. I love them to death. In fact, one of the times I was at Burning Man, I got to go to the Thunderdome itself, right? A real-life replica of the Thunderdome with people fighting, in Thunderdome style. Anyhow, I love the Mad Max saga. I watched Fury Road, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I didn't understand why people liked it. There was a ton of stuff going on, like, in that film. They're like, oh, they got blood bags. This guy's a blood bag. Like, who's a blood bag? What are you talking about? Why are they intravenously getting blood from other people? Why are they spray painting their mouths? What are they doing? Why is that guy on a bungee cord playing a guitar that shoots fire out of it? Like, this is the apocalypse. Who the fuck is spending all of their resources on a guy suspended from bungee cords playing a guitar that shoots fire out of it? They're all chasing people to get fuel. Why are they burning fuel out of a guitar? The whole fucking time I was there, I'm like, this shit makes no sense. Mad Max 2, and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome all make sense.
Made sense.
They all make sense. They're crazy. They're intense. They all make sense. Fury Road suddenly makes fucking 0 sense. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on. This shit doesn't make any sense. I still don't understand why people liked it. I don't know what they got from it. I don't understand it. It gets a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. What the fuck? This movie makes no sense. I think it's, frankly, I think it's ridiculous and horrible. Fast forward 10 years almost, because Mad Max Fury Road came out in 2015. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, comes out in 2024, 9 years later. I don't know who Furiosa is. I don't know who Chris Hemsworth's character is. I don't know who any of these fucking people are. I don't know why. Where's my motivation to go see this movie it looks a lot like the last movie, the Fury Road one, which I was like, that movie was ridiculous and made no fucking sense at all. They're all out in the fucking desert. Does it ever come up that somebody is fighting for some water, maybe? Because it comes up in Beyond Thunderdome when they put him on the donkey with the cup of water out there. The donkey chases after the water and takes him out into the middle of the desert. Remember?
Yep.
Break a deal, face the wheel. Oh, this is the justice system of the future. But the justice system of the future is heavily weighted in the favor of Tina Turner. I can't remember her name right now. I wasn't thinking about the characters.
Not Granny.
Yeah, Auntie something, right?
That was it.
Yeah, and then there's Master Blaster, and it turns out Master Blaster is two guys, and the other guy, there's the brains and the brawn, and it turns out that like if you blow a dog whistle, it completely fucks up Blaster's because he's like turns out he's a special needs guy,
right?
And Max doesn't kill the special needs guy once he knocks the helmet off of them because it's like, oh wow, these guys are like vicious killers and I need to stop them from taking over the town. Blah 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 blah. Right? There's a whole lot of shit going on.
And then he realizes, there's a whole bunch of.
But Max, to the core, maintains the guy who's been living this whole apocalypse run, right?
Right.
He maintains the fact that he's the protagonist and has some shred of empathy and like humanity in him still. In the meanwhile, everyone else has lost it around him,
right.
Seemingly. Not everyone, but it seems like everyone else has lost their humanity, right? And so that like the average viewer at home has something to or the average viewer in the theater or home or whatever. I never got to see it in the theater. I was fucking 5 when it came out. I wasn't allowed. But the average viewer who's sitting wherever the fuck they're sitting, it doesn't matter where you're sitting, has something to cling to as to like, that's why he's the protagonist. Like, he was here to kill Blaster, who Auntie, whatever the fuck her name is, Auntie, was saying that they're going to take over the town. And Max, selfishly, is going to commit a one-on-one crime, whatever you want to call it. Like, he's like, all right, I'll do the hit. I'll kill the guy who you're saying is a bad guy. I'll defeat them so that I can get my vehicle back because I need to get the fuck out of here, right? Like, so he sort of has this, like, selfish edge to him of, like, I'm trying to do my own thing. I don't really want to help anybody. But he still is holding on to a shred of his humanity when he knocks the helmet off of Blaster and finds out he's a special needs guy and decides, I'm not going to kill the special needs guy. In this moment, even though that is going to screw me over, I'm willing to take and not do something that he considers out of the bounds of his humanity, right? And so when you fast forward to the like Furiosa thing, I go to watch that and you go like, these people are just fighting because they're just fighting. They're like, oh, well, we got to save this. But you don't like, there's no story. It's like these people are fighting because they're fighting. It's like John Wick, man. Like his dog got killed 10 years ago in the storyline. And yet this guy's been committing a fucking 500 murders a movie. And yet no one has managed to catch up to this guy who's like, I got a body count of 60,000, and you're like, you're not allowed to exist around anymore. It's just not, it's not going to happen.
Right.
Like at some point, the police, the CIA, the FBI, the Marine Corps, the United States Navy, somebody is getting involved that is not just all these hitmen bodies being strewn all over the fucking city. Like eventually John Wick is going to have to go up against a government. By the way, like a never-ending sea of government representatives that will just never stop until we get this clearly a serial killer off of the fucking streets.
Every government in the world suddenly appears out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's a menace.
Well, it's like, yeah, the John Wick movies, pretty cool. Yeah, I get it. The redundant murdering and just the rampant level of like murdering doesn't make sense in the setting that it's happening, because this is supposed to be happening alongside everybody else getting lattes in the morning and heading off to their fucking office job. And it's like, machine gun fire in the streets. I saw 6 dead bodies mutilated by one guy in a suit with a skinny tie on my way to the office today to do some TPS report fucking bullshit, right? Like,
same problem I have with the Equalizer movies.
Yeah,
Yes.
it makes no sense. Like, at some point, somebody's calling in a fucking, you know,
SWAT
a
team or
a branch of the military, or
right?
I fuck me, man. I don't know, but
Although, was it you who told me there's another Constantine movie coming down the road? Because that
no, Constantine makes sense though, because Constantine has the supernatural thread involved in it, right?
okay.
You have the supernatural, which is now okay. Here's why people don't know, because there's the heaven, the hell, angels. The fucking devil is in the first one, right?
Yeah.
He's fighting the devil from the Bible or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that has a supernatural effect in the fact that, like, oh, well, he was fucking with the devil, and the devil gave him cancer. So the devil gave him cancer, and to speed up getting Constantine off of the earth, send him to hell, right? Before he could do something to clear his name. He ends up clearing his name, and the devil takes his cancer away, like in a really cool scene where he like pulls it out of his chest, right? And you're like, oh, but there's supernatural fucking god beings and shit involved in this, so that's why it's like, oh, well, those buildings blew up or whatever. But yeah, God just put them back, so nobody fucking knew what was going on, right? In the Constantine movies. So there has to be some kind of layer of plausibility, which makes sense, right? Whereas like
Liability on.
the Furiosa movies make no sense, right? Like, let's say you're somebody right now, you work $150,000 a year job. You live in modern day America. It's 2024. Go make a Mad Max car for me right now with the bungee cords and the guitar with the fire shooting out of it and all the speakers and all that stuff. Like, you couldn't do that now with everything functioning properly, let alone being out in the fucking desert of Australia after the apocalypse, like fucking 20 years into the apocalypse or something, where it's a desert and there's fucking snakes. How are you going to turn a snake into a speaker that runs your fucking PA system to your guitar? I mean, right now, if you're missing
dust.
Well, I'm saying, like, right now, if you're missing a 1/4-inch patch cable to run your fucking guitar to your amp, you ain't got shit, right? Like, you can't plug in your guitar to your amp.
Phone charger, you're screwed.
Right. But somehow, out in the desert, they're running IVs to each other. They're souping up these fucking monster trucks. Right now, building a monster truck would be a gigantic pain in the ass. I got a welder living right down the street. I don't know. Where the fuck are they getting the tires for the monster trucks?
They're all just used Tesla trucks.
I'm just saying, like, where are you getting replacement tires? Like, right now, in modern day, if you have a monster truck with the big monster truck tires on it, they look like tractor tires, right? Or no, fuck it. Actually, let me clarify. Let's say you are a successful farmer with a giant tractor that has tractor tires on it.
Right.
And you blow out one of those tires, and it comes off.
6 weeks, baby.
And it comes off the rim, and it's not even. Let's say it's not even damaged, right? Let's say you drop a bead, the bead pops out, blows all the air out, the tractor, and the tires out. It is a giant pain in the fucking ass to get that tractor tire back onto its rim and inflated. In this world we live in right now in the United States, where you could call tire guys to come out drive out, crane the tractor up. You got other buddies with tractors, right? To come lift that thing up and reseat the bead is like a big pain in the ass. Let alone having one of those tires blow out. But in the Furiosa world, they just fucking blow up monster trucks all the time. They're crashing into shit, exploding, and yet everyone's driving weird monster truck shit.
Come on, 10-year-olds need apocalyptic movies too. Zipgun says he really liked Fury Road and hated Thunderdome.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. I could say this: your opinion is wrong. I could say that. Mike asks, "Are you going to watch the Fishkeeper boxing?" I'm only going to watch the replay if somebody dies. I won't watch it live. If someone dies, I'll watch the replay.
What? I'm sorry. I'm old and apparently out of the loop. What the fuck is the Fishkeeper boxing?
Do you know what famous YouTube people get together and they box each other?
No, I don't know. So, okay. But I now
Okay,
have
hold on.
information to put it
Okay,
together.
hold on. Stop. You know who Jake Paul is? The famous YouTuber, Jake Paul?
No.
Logan Paul?
No.
I don't know.
Blah, 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 ginger, blah, blah.
Well, I mean, they're world famous YouTubers. Do you know who Mr. Beast is? I mean, I don't know.
I do know who Mr. Beast is, unfortunately.
Anyhow, the famous regular YouTubers, they start doing boxing matches because of Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Now,
Worked out so well for actors doing that. Go on.
yeah. And anyhow, so they started boxing. So then people started doing celebrity boxing of the YouTube variety, right? They do a boxing match and then they go like, yeah, we're going to do a boxing match for charity, and I don't know, pick two Tom Hardy and
I get the concept. It's been done for usually B-list celebs horribly boxing badly. Yes, I got it.
right. And so that's been happening for a couple of years now, maybe 5 years now, maybe 10 years now. I don't know. Anyhow, Jake Paul is going to fight Mike Tyson, to give you an idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Of how,
Somehow, but all
well, I'm
right.
saying of like how big a deal it is. Like that's how high it's gotten. Anyhow, the fish keeping people have decided, from what I understand, the king of DIY, Joey, has motivated everybody to do a boxing event with the fish keeping people.
So the guy who looks like he takes steroids is encouraging others. Go on.
So the fish keeping YouTubers are all going to fight each other. Not all of them. I don't know who.
Okay.
I don't know who all is fighting in it. Like Lucas Bretz, Joey Mullen. I can't seem to find like a web page for it. Fish tank boxing fight? Is this it? No.
Yes,
I
obviously
don't
that
know.
was what I was thinking of too.
I don't know if they have a fucking web page for it. Fishkeeper boxing YouTube.
Well
I don't know.
marketed then. Got it. All right, no, that clarifies it. It's an interesting concept. Those who go out in the field versus those who don't would seem to have a slight edge.
So let me
I don't
see.
know.
I think Fins and Fury boxing Saturday, August 17th
There it is. Aubrey had it too.
at Mulcahy's Pub and Concert Hall.
Well, there's a venue.
I don't know who the matchups are. I know that like Lucas Bretz is always posting something about it. I can't seem to find a. I can't seem to find a website for what it is.
All right.
Well, I was gonna give you a breakdown of like who's fighting in it.
Right. But like most things on YouTube, it's somewhat hard to find.
Yeah, event maybe Fins and Fury boxing event with the King of DIY. Well, let me pause this so I don't accidentally do a thing. Maybe this has a list.
It doesn't seem particularly odd to me, having watched Joey for a little while. That doesn't seem all that odd.
I don't know. I mean, if they had an event page, I could go through the people that are fighting in it. Here's the thing. Like, I have zero interest in this. Like, overweight, overage people that have probably never trained are gonna fight each other. Like, this fucking so not on my list of I'm gonna spend time. I will occasionally watch like UFC and stuff like that. I know how to fight. I know how to do all that stuff. It's just
Fury.
it's not interesting. And hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Fins and Fury.com and
Animal
someone from
creator.
1990.
All right, animal creator boxing. Here we go. I finally found it. You can't even look it up.
Someone from 1990 designed the webpage for them badly.
Let's see. Okay, who are the fighters here? Is this who's fighting who? Lucas Bretz is fighting Joey Mullen. Is that what's going on? It doesn't seem to have the fights matched up. Eric Triplett. Okay, so it has everybody's age on here. Joey Mullen's 41. Lucas Bretz is 42. I mean, they're on the cusp of being too old to professionally fight.
That never looks like a bad boxing glamour shot.
Merrick, I don't know who the bear ski method. I don't know who the bear ski method is. He's 49 years old, probably too old to be fighting. Rodrigo Rojas. I don't know who he is. I have no idea who that is. 38. He's on the cusp. Maybe he's in good enough shape. Brian Fitzsimmons from Fitz Fish Ponds. I don't know. I've never met that guy. So he's 32. Cichlid Bros. Troy Holler, 33. SC Fish Keeping, Zach Summers, 34.
Such a horrible picture.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, the only people on here that I know, and have met in person and have had lots of interactions with are Joey Mullen and Lucas Bretz. And if they're fighting each other, I don't have any interest in watching that. I don't know who any of these other people. I've heard of the Pond Digger. I mean, he's 55 years old. I don't know if getting in a fight with anybody is a good idea once you're that age. South Shore Tattoo Company, Mike Nomi.
Yeah.
I don't. Here's the thing. No interest. I just have zero interest. I don't know. Joey.
Their website, it's painful.
I don't know. Joey tried to fight me at one point, and I didn't opt to fight him at the time. And I don't know that I would show up to watch anybody fight. It just seems like a fucking waste of my time. You know, considering I could, like I said, you could just watch UFC or judo championships or Muay Thai. I mean, you could watch Muay Thai, and everybody's kicking the shit out of each other in professional Muay Thai. So yeah, I don't know.
He's gonna actually attend. That seems okay. Out of character. All right.
Who's gonna attend?
Oh, Katie Katie Cichlids from Australia. It just doesn't seem like the kind of thing she'd show up at.
I don't know. I mean, if people get paid to show up to a thing, they're definitely gonna go. Probably, you know.
I suppose. Okay. That's funny.
I don't know. I just I'm more concerned with the state of the conventions, considering like there was an aquatic expo. Was it last weekend or the weekend before? I think it was the weekend before. And I think so the aquatic expo used to be a pretty big deal.
Aquashella or okay, no.
No.
All right. No, Aquatic Expo, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I think it already happened. I don't know. I might be Oh, maybe it didn't happen yet. When is it?
Serious? Yes, it does. And thank you for knowing Angel Fire. That's brilliant.
Well, I don't know when the aquatic expo was. It already happened. North Carolina. Yeah, this one had to already have happened.
It's a pay-per-view, $34. Jesus.
$34 pay-per-view? No, I don't think so.
Yes, that's what it is. $34 pay-per-view to watch Fins and Fury. Sorry, I should not laugh. I apologize. All of my laughter is on me, not your host. Perfectly capable of laughing on his own.
So anyhow, see, the aquatic expo used to be kind of like a big deal for like fish convention type thing. I'm more interested in the fact that these are failing and they're really not going very well. To be honest with you, like I know people are like, "Oh, Aquashell is the best." I honestly don't know how long, that's going to last.
Is it because it's being flooded? There's too many of them? I mean, I feel like there's, 3 Aquashellas? Dallas, Chicago, and one other, and then the expos and everything.
Well, you got to remember that, like, the United States is quite a large country.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yes.
Okay, I know that you're aware.
Okay, sorry.
What
I
I'm
didn't mean to be snotty. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you have 100,000 people show up to your convention, generally that's considered a success. Quite the success, actually.
Very much so.
And that leaves 335 million people, right? Like it's not even a dent in the population. So there should be a bunch. My concern is the success and the overall realistic success of these events. And I think this year will be the obvious make or break. If there's going to be any future Aquashellas even, but like if somebody can't really get it together to do a good convention, to do good conventions, then it's just going to go by the wayside. And it's more concerning at this point. And by the way, like the closest one to the West Coast is Dallas, right?
Right.
Which is all the way over in Texas. So like they don't even have one on the West Coast. But I don't know how much longer even Aquashella is going to last,
I mean, well, you and I both have done a number of different types of conventions over the years, so I know that a healthy convention circuit can be done. It seems interesting to me that they haven't found the tweak yet.
Chirish says Joey's probably the only one that grew up fighting. Seems odd for him to beat up our favorite fish nerds. I don't know if he ever did like organized boxing or whatnot. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know about Lucas's background either, and then the other guys, I haven't even met them, so I don't know. But my understanding is that none of them are like boxers. So what's the point? I mean, it's just like watching an amateur match. And like I said, the only reason I would want to tune into an event like that is the car crash aspect, right? I don't want to see a car crash, but if there is a car crash over there, God damn it, every single person is looking over there to see what's going on, right?
Are you saying that this is the NASCAR of fish keeping events?
No, because 100,000 people show up to every NASCAR race.
That's true. NASCAR is much better.
What I'm
Fair
saying
point.
this is that like somebody on the turnpike went the wrong direction or something and crashed into another car, and so people driving by are instinctually going to look over there because we used to be apes, right? Or chimpanzees,
Right, no, I get it.
and when there was danger, it will get our attention because we want to find out if the danger is going to kill us also. So we still have that instinct. So the only reason that I would be tuning in is to see if like somebody got seriously injured or died or something. Right. Realistically, the only reason. It's not like a sanctioned match like anyone's going 12 full rounds down to a decision
rounds?
with actual judges or anything like that. It's going to be like, how many rounds is it? 3? I mean, most of the celebrity stuff is 2 rounds, 3 rounds.
Right.
Fins and Fury boxing. Does it give you a breakdown of how many rounds it's going to be?
It doesn't give you any information. It's really bad.
There's a menu button down here. Fighters, tickets, about August 17th. Get ready, the ultimate showdown in the animal kingdom. Thanks, it's rare. Yeah, it doesn't say 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 2 2-minute rounds, something like that. I mean, most of the celebrity ones are like it's 3 rounds that are 2 minutes long or something like that. But yeah, so it's not like they're going 12 rounds. It's not like there's a $2 million purse on the line or something like that to win the world heavyweight boxing championships or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Sir has to aquascape someone's tank, winner's tank.
Was that what it is? Oh, yeah, I don't know.
That's just me being silly.
I've been told the GSAS and GPAS are trying to work together to bring like the catfish convention or the killifish convention to the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, the big one was the AGA, American Gardeners Association, coming to Seattle. That was kind of like kind of the big one. But the big problem with that is that the AGA limits the amount of tickets that they sell. So I think like they only sold like 500 tickets, but they put a cap on it themselves to keep the convention itself like manageable or whatever, which is completely the opposite of what you want to do as far as a convention. You want to get the most amount of people in and have them have the best experience and blah, 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 all those other things, as opposed to going like, we're an exclusive club, and if you didn't buy a ticket, too bad, you can't come. It's about being inclusive. It's about getting the most amount of people in there to have the best experience, to, be able to see a lot of new stuff, blah, 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 all those things, And the AGA, in my opinion, did a horrifically terrible job of doing a convention and it coming out here, and then they go like, oh well, it wasn't that good, and it's like, yeah, it was artificially like limited by the people running it. So what do you want me to do? Like, I spent 20 minutes talking to the people from CChem, because there was nobody there. Like, CChem came with like four. They brought 4 people. They had a whole booth of all of their products, stuff like that, and they didn't know that the tickets were artificially limited. So CChem had like sent all of these people to like, yeah, we want to meet all these people and like talk to them about our new stuff and things that are coming out. And then it was like they were just standing around because there wasn't anybody to talk to. Okay, next question. I'm in my fish room. I had a coffee. I set it down. Where is it? Oh, I have no idea. Aquashella is a weird mix of big companies and local vendors. It's trying to be a big party, but I don't think that's the vibe most fish keepers are looking for, and you can feel that. Yes, that's the big issue, in my opinion. Aquashella is trying to be like a rave or fucking... what's that? What's that stupid... the music event in California? Coachella, which is why it's Aquashella. It's like Coachella, Aquashella, get it? They're trying to have it be like Coachella. Tons of people are going to come. Everyone's going to party. Everyone's going to do a bunch of coke. Everyone's going to do a bunch of fucking... Everyone's going to drink a bunch, do all that shit. And it's like, hey, man, that ain't most of your following, right? Now, admittedly, a lot of YouTubers have a significant... a lot of young viewers that would be more or less down with doing a bunch of blow and being under the black lights and listening to fucking drum and bass music or rap or whatever like club music could be going on and having a party because they're like 21 years old, right?
Right.
And it's because they're YouTube fans. They aren't necessarily like fish keeping fans. So they have a lot of people going that are of that group of people, which admittedly, you're going to get a bunch of those people that come and you're going to eventually lose the fish side of it. The fish keeper people, because like I'm a 44-year-old adult man that's been sober for 10 years and you want me to come to your fish convention, and the big selling point of your fish convention is loud music, black lights. Excuse me, I'm getting to that point. Post COVID, I can only talk for a while and then I'll just start coughing. You got black lights, you got loud music, you got everybody's having a party, everyone's excited, let's get hyped, let's whatever, and it's like I don't want to get hyped. I want to see cool fish, I want to see cool fish tanks, I want to see cool displays, I want to see new products that are coming out. I want to see companies that have lots of representatives that can answer questions about shit that is coming out to the people. I want to see a lot of products for sale for people that are unable to get them, whether it be ordering through the web or products that they didn't even know existed. Hardscape stuff like shit like this, like fucking big ass piles of driftwood and stuff like that so people could get it. Corals, live rock, all that kind of shit. Doesn't need to be and you're like, hey man, dude, I want to buy this coral. How much is it? Which one? This one over here. Oh fuck, this guy spilled beer all over me. What the fuck? You know, like, you don't need that.
I'm gonna drop some E and pet this sea cucumber for the next 5 hours.
Yeah.
That's not a sea cucumber. What?
Yeah, so, like, I understand that people want to party. I get it. I partied a lot when I was young, too. That's why I've been sober for 10 years. I get it. I get where people are coming from. They want to go and they want to party. They have a good time. They want to have a weekend, blah, 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 all that shit. Fully understand it. Fully understand where people are coming from, right? That they want to have a good time on their weekend. They want to do all that stuff. Blending the two together is just a monumental waste of time and effort, and you're getting people hyped up for the wrong fucking thing, because it's not a good party, and it's also not a good fish or aquarium event, which it's supposed to be. So yeah, I don't know. It's just a big waste of time. That's what happened to DEF CON Las Vegas. It used to be a bunch of makers that were exchanging ideas, exploits, and projects. Now it's a corporate party with strippers and drugs between talks. Yeah. So, yeah, and admittedly, like, that's the direction that it's headed to, right? And all of the drama that comes with that, right? People hooking up with other people, people cheating on their spouses, people getting drunk, getting into fights, coming up with ideas to have like a boxing match, you know, because they're on a shitloads of coke in the middle of the night, and they're like, you know, we should do a boxing match, you know, and you're like, oh, what the fuck are we doing, dude? In the meantime, it's like, I want to see some badass guppies I've never seen before, right? I want to see like some crazy fish. Holy fuck, where'd you get that? What is this fish? Oh my god, what is that? What are all these shrimp? Like, when I used to go to the Aquatic Expo in New Jersey, the best part of it was the shrimp contest that was there. I mean, maybe not the best part, but a great part of it was the shrimp contest that was there. All these people bringing in all these insane shrimp to compete against each other. And there's a new shrimp contest that's happening now, but I don't know when it is. And it's I don't know when it's next, but it'll hopefully show up somewhere. I don't know when, but we'll see. One of the great things about being a dad is having my daughter here all day, because she got a bee sting on her foot and woke up feeling not great this morning. We don't know exactly if these two things are connected, but having a light fever and not feeling good, and the bee sting on her foot, if they're somehow correlated with each other. But she's been not feeling well and has been home all day. So, yeah.
That's no fun.
So needless to say, I don't need to go pick her up, but I need to go find out what's going on with my sick daughter and load up a bunch of crap. And I just heard a truck drop something off, and I'm not sure what it was, but maybe it's a thing for later this week. Who knows? Thank you for everybody for coming out today and hitting the like button. We didn't get no super chats and no memberships, no new members, no new nothing. But big shout out to Scott Osborne for becoming a new patron over the weekend. And I forgot to update this number right here because of all the drama with trying to get the stream to work earlier today. So Scott Osborne coming back to the fold. Much appreciated. And I'll talk to you guys next week, or hopefully before that.